Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I've been tackled by Jake Spawn. Tiberius. We're about to get into the second game between TM and AV. It was a very slow match.
It was. It was just a slow, boring raise up two puppies, and then one of the dogs mauled the other one. I mean, Tubes is walking past me. Tubes, do we like this meta? We don't like this meta, do we? This meta is not a good meta for junglers. And you can see, like, what did Sybil and Only honestly do in that game? I mean, it was just
farm.
It was farm, one team fight, game over.
PvE. You just right-click the minions, hope they die faster than the other person's minions.
But in saying that, team fights are kind of cool. So I want to see, like, how far down this rabbit hole we go and whether we can find some AD carries, Fish, that start the team fights earlier. Because I don't know if you remember this, but I certainly do. When SKT started playing Lulu mid, Lucian AD carry. Because Lucian used to spike on one item. And then you would have the Lulu mid lane, and you'd just run around and torch everyone before their team fight comp came online. And I want to see if there's an adaptation. Like, why are we playing Kog'Maw Twitch? They're late game carries. Why is someone not picking up a Callista and bouncing around Summoner's Rift for this? Or, like, can Lucian get through a laning phase now against a Kog'Maw or something like that? And you can run an early game scaling AD carry. Or, you know what I really want to see? Is just throw caution in the wind. Just lock in Vayne. If you're going to play late game scaling AD carries, just play Vayne for crying out loud and let her do her job.
Uzi has played Vayne quite a few times.
Like 4 times, I think, in the last couple of weeks.
He's undefeated.
Yeah, I know he lost against OMG with it, but he was playing very well. And in that game, he had the 550 CS win condition. He sold his boots not for a Phantom Dancer. He bought a Trinity Force. Oof. I mean, that's like a real expensive pair of kicks. They're like Jish's shoes. For those that don't know, Jish has very expensive shoes.
Oh, boy. But poor TM, they get Blitzcrank banned out again here in game number 2. But were AV trying to do something very similar? Instead of having their AD carry spike early in the bottom lane, they got a very early spiking mid lane carry into a good matchup.
Triple just bodied Shock. Not really all that much to say about it. He was an early spiking AD carry. He also got to 4 items. But, you know, at the same time, I think Shock didn't play ideally, and I don't think he had the best mid lane champion.
Well, very curious bans coming out from TM so far in this game. Tristana, Lucian, and Callista all have been banned against AV, who locked in Kog'Maw first. Maokai, Rakan, and Blitzcrank were the bans from AV. TM now. What is their first pick going to be here? A lot of champions still left up. And they go straight back towards Hypercarry.
Janna.
Do we expect a Gragas pick here? Because both Lulu and Janna are still left up. So Tim can give one and take the other. Gragas was a contested pick last time. Only got his hands on that champion. They could potentially just pick Shock's champion early here as well, because Cassiopeia and Zillion were banned out against him last game. But no, they prefer the Janna pick, so they pick it first.
As I said, Twitch Janna. I mean, I think they were happy with their draft last time around, Fish. I think if anything, they would change their mid laner. I think that you can afford to run a second threat here. I don't know if Shock has any assassins, or just play Zillion.
Have we ever had such a meta where it's so passive in the bottom lane? I know we've had hyper carries in the bottom lane before, but I never thought we'd have such a passive bottom lane where Doran's shield gets picked up, Ardent Sensor rushes.
Double support item.
Double support.
It is very strange. Do you know what? Like, just play Mordekaiser. How about that? Does Mordekaiser win these bottom lanes now?
Ooh. Would he get poked out against someone like Twitch or Kog'Maw even?
Nah, no way. He just pushes too fast.
Who would you pair
I want
with him?
Mordekaiser Galio bottom lane.
Ugh.
That would be the bottom.
Why Galio?
Well,
Shock
why
does get Galio.
Because you need, as Mord, you need someone to hold someone still. Like, you can't catch anyone. So you need some, like, Mordekaiser Blitzcrank was what we used to see a lot in the past. But Mordekaiser Galio, I reckon, could make it work.
And Mordekaiser Thresh is common.
Common, he says. I think Mordekaiser has like a 1% pick rate or something.
So in those 1% picks.
Yeah. I think about half of the time, so 0.05% of games, he's with the Thresh, says Fish.
Oh boy. Well, as we mentioned, same team come from AV. They picked up the Jarvan. That can still be flexed between Series
Getting rid of
and
the
Sybil.
Shen is smart.
Taking that away from Praether. I think he had a good laning phase and bodied Sybil a couple of times, but he had poor ultimates on the Shen.
Didn't have the best ultimates on the Shen. I can get behind that. However, was able to pick up a solo kill against Series, really did slow down the pace of the split push. And you could see that one of AV's win conditions was to just split push to the end of the earth.
Double mid lane bans thrown at triple. Corki and Talia are taken off the table.
Yeah, funnily enough, Galio historically has done fine into Corki. I mean, you can win the lane as a Corki, but it isn't the easiest lane in the world.
Will we ever see him go top again?
Galio? No. I mean, Swiper tried that the other day against Dokla. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Chiefs got 2-1.
Didn't work out very well for them. Nah was the final ban from AV, so double top lane bans at Praedyth. Gragas has been left up throughout this pick ban.
I think that's smart because Only and Praedyth both play it. Kane also still available, so Only can go towards that if you would like.
So they have the double disengage. Very reminiscent of Season 1.
Your favorite champion?
Kindred was being hovered. Not going to be played, unfortunately. She sucks at the moment.
She does. Unfortunate. Your favorite champion of Kindred and my favorite champion of Lee Sin both are in terrible positions. So,
and he's in a terrible spot as well, so it doesn't get
is
better
she?
for me.
No, yeah. I reckon Annie's okay.
She's okay in solo queue, not in competitive.
Competitive play, she'll never be good ever again. But solo queue, she's good.
If Annie's ever good in competitive play, that's not the competitive matches I ever want to watch. Final pick for AV. It's going to be Renekton. With Syndra picked up for triple in the mid lane.
Now, does Praedyth play something like, I don't know, a Jax or something like that? Or does he just go back towards a standard tank? Something like a Cho'Gath?
Well, AV have a much more standard team composition this time round. Again, with a lot of threats.
Clad's fine.
So he picks Clad into the Renekton. And this time I think AV are the ones that have definitely outdrafted TM here. TM's team composition looks a little bit confusing in this game.
You reckon? Why?
I don't see what their win condition is besides Twitch. Again. But at least last match, it seemed like they had a good force to shield him and buff him up.
I mean, this time you still have Galio ult coming in that has a big damage reduction, also clears the area around it. Galio Janna synergize very well in that aspect. They've got a little bit more engaged from Only as well as Praedyth. And top lane, I think, is a little bit more in Praedyth's favor, just because he has legitimate kill threat this time if Only does get up there. Certainly isn't as heavy into the protect the 80 carry comp. Also, they have to watch out for Triple, because if Triple gets 100 CS up this game, he'll just look at low and he'll die. So they certainly can't let that happen again, Fish.
Yeah, not as many shields coming up this time around, just the Janna and the Galio damage reduction. So let's see how this one pans out, but AV sticking to their guns again, for now. AV stick to their guns once again, so they go for a 4-threat team comp with a Lulu.
Yep, exactly right. And I mean, the Lulu Cog is just a strong lane. We've seen that time and time again. Cogmore's able to march forward with the W on, with that little bit of a speed from the Whimsy and the shield and extra on-hit damage. And because he spikes earlier, he just chunks you out in the laning phase. Twitch needs to play much more safely. And unless Shock can get into Low's lane, I think this is going to be hard to win in the 2v2. So we'll see exactly what goes on here.
Yep, it's going to be very difficult here, but let's see what AV have over their sleeves, or TM in fact, because again, we heard from Cyclone earlier, they're playing very standard, trying to put on the best show possible, and their team composition looked good last game, but execution was what fumbled.
Yeah, I didn't like the Karma.
Better.
I mean, I called that I didn't really like the Karma, and then Double Ardent Sensor really didn't make sense to me. So that is better now that is a Galio to me.
Well, let's see how this one pans out. For now, though, let's check in with Serianne, who is standing by with Pinch.
Thank you, guys. I'm standing here with Pinch. Now, Pinch, there's been a lot of talk about this Cogmore Twitch matchup. Is there a reason as to why you prioritize Cogmore over Twitch?
Sure, well, we can play both ends of the matchup. We prefer Cogmore. We know Twitch can do well into it, but Cogmore is an overall champion, scales better into the late game, has better control of the Baron area, just has more options.
And there's been a lot of targeted bans this series, and you banned Shen away from Praedyth. Did you see him as a dangerous force in the last game?
We just think that Shen does very well with the Twitch, and if we're going to play like a push-pull style where we control the entire map, then Shen can really throw things in the air. So banning it away stops the pick that they're comfortable on, and it's good for their comp.
Well, best of luck with the series, Pinch, and thanks for chatting to us today.
Thanks so much.
So taking away the Shen from Praedyth, making it a bit easier for them to execute, but they reckon Cogmore scales better against the Twitch.
Interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily hard agree or disagree, right? I think that Twitch is better because he's an Infinity Edge user, and I think that that's very important. But in saying that, we saw that one polymorph going down onto low kind of destroyed his day. I'm actually surprised he ran Barrier still and not Cleanse this game. Given the fact that, you know, stun from triple, stun from series, polymorph as well.
Yeah, still looking for the extra shield over the breaking of CC.
But he's going to have a lot of shields still, Fish.
Big leash from the bottom lane. of both teams here.
I really dislike this against Twitch.
You have to wait for the perfect auto attack.
Yeah.
A lot of Twitches have stolen my blue buff for level 1. Not happy. But both teams were going to laning phase. Junglers started bottom side of the map. Sybil was slightly faster. He was able to get a good leash on red, move straight towards his wolf camp. Whereas Only has gone blue to Gromp and now Wolf himself, maybe.
So he's going to do a very greedy full clear, and that means that Sybil should have information on this, given the fact that the Raptor camp is spotted out.
Yeah.
You can see that the question mark ping goes down, and with the push priority in mid lane achieved from Triple again, this actually is pretty dangerous for Only, to be honest.
I'm curious if he capitalizes on it, because a lot of junglers have, in the past, read these wards and pathed around the long way. Only, of course, is not going to. Instead, he just walks straight over it because it's expired. He'll be able to see that that ward just expired as well.
But you can see the on the wing way ping is there. So Only might get caught at a camp now.
Potentially.
Top lane pushing in, bottom lane pushing, mid lane pushing in.
Ooh.
Already dismount for Praetor. Not that big of a deal at this stage.
Jarvan's right behind him, though. Let's see what he decides to do.
Yeah, I don't think he
going to
can
the
really do anything here.
Well, Series is very healthy. Praetor is in a lot of trouble unless he can remount soon. Turret shot might deter them a bit. And they know Sybil's up here, so Only is going to race to get up. Praetor almost remounting, flashed on, stunned up, flashes over, they follow through. Series is dead. Sybil's going to follow as well. Disaster strikes for AV as TM pick up 2 kills in the bottom lane.
Top lane?
Top lane. That's the one.
What a disaster. The commentary team can't even figure out what's going on there, Fish. Yeah, that was a really, really bad setup in the end. The remount was always going to be a threat. They panicked. They both used flashed. Things were going everywhere, honestly, Fish. In the end, they do get a double kill. Let's take another look at it. So as soon as they take the first turret shot, they should have abandoned it. They flashed the flag and drag. Not good layering of CC. See, Only goes over the wall. Turret shot took one down. Only took the other. I mean, that wasn't even all that well played from TM. The flash body slam missed, and they still weren't able to grab the kill.
Series also flashed half a second too early. He was 0.5 off of getting a full rage stun. Which is an entire 2 seconds. Now he's going to get dove here. Only don't hit that turret. Hit Series. Body bump comes through. Dismount as well. Couple more. No, TM! Only's going to die. It's a disaster again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand what's going on, Fish. That's the only way I can really say it, is I just am confused.
Series is still sticking around.
Confused. I mean, yeah, he's got double buff, and there's no Skull right now. There he goes.
Jumps back on.
So potentially now he can try and grab a bear trap on a rope or something like that, although with all that rage and the turret there, he's deceptively healthy, Fish.
If he's ticking 6 soon as well, Series would want to stick around, but instead goes back to base, or tries to.
Yeah, doesn't want to get bear trap on a rope and put back in. He can't be ticking 6 soon because he certainly doesn't have as much experience as what Praetor did. And if Praetor was about to tick 6, he would be racing towards that creep line. Now, however, the tables have turned, turns of tables, what you're saying. He's got double buff, is what I'm trying to say, Fish. And he's potentially going to be able to bully him out.
We've been told by our producers we need to calm down, Spawn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I find this entertaining. I'm finding it very entertaining.
This has been some interesting... We've had really interesting matches.
I mean, it is quite hard to cast the dead rubber just before the most important match of the season, Fish. It is going to require a very big mentality shift going into it.
We kind of had the opposite yesterday where Legacy Sims like the big hyped up match and there were 3 one-way stomps.
Yeah.
And then it was the Regicide game that was like, oh, this is intense.
That was awesome. Getting to see ZZZ play his Riven was incredibly entertaining. That guy is a mechanical monster.
He certainly is. And we'll be able to see more of him during the Promo Relo tournament, which not only Regicide, but Abyss and TM will be playing in. AV have locked in the final spot in the gauntlet.
Look at these bottom lanes. They're really both committed to this thing.
Cole, Targans. This is disgusting. Both of them upgraded early this time. This is actually atrocious.
I'm not a fan of this. Surely there has to be a lane. Like, they got rid of the Blitzcrank, and Rakan was banned as well. But surely, like, Alistar or, I don't know, Brand. Something has to be the answer to all this scaling, Fish.
I mean...
Oh my goodness.
Blinky just turns on him. almost destroys him.
Yeah, Low might nearly die here.
What about Leona? Leona into Lulu's always been an okay match.
Yeah, it's fine into Lulu. It's really poor into Jana.
Yep. And Jana, I actually think Annie would be a good match for that.
It has to be something. That's all I'm saying, is there has to be a response to this, because...
I mean, people theory craft all the time, and sometimes they get the right champion. We saw it at Worlds last year. The Misfortune 80 carry pick, sorry, support pick.
Support pick, yep.
Completely countered the permanently banned or picked Zyra.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Series, actually falls very low, and Praetor is still here.
Dominus is available though. It's very difficult to
here we
dive. Galio comes up as well. Charge comes through. Shock will uppercut his way in. Only is low, but backs out from Tyradago. Shock will drop gears. Praetor drops off the lizard. Hits the shotgun. He's gonna die. Don't die, Praetor. So close. Only stop taking the damn turrets. Stop it.
All right, everyone just back away because the dive failed again, and I just feel like we should
body bump back, and the smack comes out of Praetor.
I said everyone back away. That means you as well, Series. He dives back in for absolutely no reason, Fish.
What the heck is going on top lane?
I don't know.
They are hungry for some kills, Spawn.
All I know is people shouldn't be turret diving. It's giving me a heart attack.
Well, Sybil's happy to just take away Cloud Dragon. He's learned his lesson. He has not made a return appearance towards top side of the map.
Meanwhile, mid lane is still a 20 CS level, 20 CS advantage for triple, as well as a level up.
300 gold in his favor.
Yep. However, you'd say that Shock's had a pretty good impact around Summoner's Rift. That was a good ultimate.
It's good to see Shock diversifying his champion pool slightly. We have seen Galio from him before.
Yep.
Now he's no longer the put me on Orianna coach, man. Blinky doing well in this lane once again. He's had a good latter half of Split 2, so it's going to be exciting to watch him in the gauntlet.
Yeah, what a turnaround. Blinky really didn't have a promising start to the split, only has Flash now, and they're in on series again. He might just die.
No Dominus available for Renekton. Let's see if he can slice and dice his way out. Instead, runs straight back towards the minion wave. Stuns up only. Slice, dies, gets out, but Bear Trap brings him back, and no Flash available means CM will get another kill top lane.
Yeah, really nicely done. I mean, 3-0-1 now for Praetor. He is a legitimate win condition. You said you didn't really like the top side of the map. I tried to raise some counterpoints, Fish. I hate to say it, but I told you so. Now only going for a cheeky invade here. This is risky, seeing that Shock doesn't have the ultimate available. However, they have bought over Praetor. TP is here, and Triple just says, that is mine.
Don't touch my bullbuff. Throws it back at him. Throws the ultimate out at only as well. Good double stun. Shock will get a double taunt. Sybil flags and drags his way away. But Renekton is now crept into the back lines. Good ultimate only separates the team. Series is still chasing, and nobody's going to die here.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, successful disengage. They get the teleport out. Stop it. Only probably has to give up his Raptor camp, which he does. However, good successful disengage coming out of TM Gaming.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they're still farming. Let's go somewhere else. Nothing's happening.
This is the new top lane. Remember when there was like the wet noodle fights top? There's absolutely nothing happening bottom lane. I hope that Raising King don't play these kind of champions.
You say that. Let's figure out what happens next game.
The perfect player does not subscribe to this meta. I bet you he does, by the way. I bet you he's having a lot of fun.
Wouldn't this be the best meta for the perfect player?
I mean, if you farm perfectly, sure.
Right,
there we go.
Deep on top of series. Dominus still down. He's going to get dismounted soon, so has to be a bit careful.
Yeah, Kled hollering and hooting and having a good time on Skull right now. He's a fun champion. Sybil is just off screen. They go in again. This might be bad.
He gets pulled back, but dismount means Praetor is very slow. Looking for the remount. Is there enough damage to take it down beforehand? He's going to get remount and goes for the fight.
Oh!
Jumps back on series. Can't get the attacks down, but he's going to charge his way away.
Actually, really well played from Praetor there. I think that if he had to prioritize Sybil, he could have picked up a kill for himself, but wasn't to be. Has to watch if he doesn't get flashed on here, Fish.
Just flagged. Yeah. He's happy.
He's still, I mean, they have no mana and no health. So I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish here. That brief second of invulnerability will be enough.
Now he jumps on top of series. Now going for Sybil instead. Shield. He's still on his mount. Yeah. What is going on up here?
I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish up here, Fish. However, I hope that it's done.
You'd hope that. Well, Sybil is going back to base. So is Praetor.
Ooh,
red buff.
Does spot the fact that Cogmore now has a red buff as well as completed first item. That's a big news story.
Ardent Sensor picked up by both supports as well.
Yep.
Hurricane was the pickup for low. And into the wits end of Cogmore.
And here we go. He's going to sneak in behind. He has been spotted, I think, by the ward. However, they are going forward aggressively, Fish.
There they go. Body slam flash. Wild growth used, but he gets double knocked back as T-Gun throws down the Monsoon as well. Blinky stands and delivers, but it's not enough damage. Jake needs to be careful as well.
Yeah.
They're going to
And
continue
again,
pushing.
Praedyth is just continually bullying out this top lane series with Dominus on. Wants him.
Bear trap on the road. Doesn't connect, but forces the flash. Will get stunned on the turret. Dismounted, but Praedyth should be very happy about that.
Yeah, certainly should be. Look at him.
Ooh.
Just,
Ow.
smacks him.
Stop it.
He's going to get remount off that minion. Oh, no, he's not. One more minion would have done it. He has to be
Ooh,
careful.
he needs-
Sybil is here. Hit the turret.
He needs to do something. Either dive or back up. Going to get the charge through. Series is still waiting. No Dominus available. Does get the stun. Sybil going to try and chain the CC. Dives on in. Praedyth, he's going for a fight here. Hits the turret instead. Can't kill Series, and Sybil gets the shutdown.
That's a hyphy play out of Praedyth. However, meanwhile, on the bottom lane, they did take the turret. So it's not all bad news for TM Gaming. Maybe a little bit overzealous for Praedyth. However, he's certainly playing good enough to justify a little bit of that.
There is so much action in the top lane. I don't understand.
At least we have action somewhere, Finn.
Shock's going to continue farming in the mid lane. He's 30 CS behind Triple. And Triple's gone for the double penetration item. 500 gold down.
Missed the sitter of a cannon as well.
Atlas would not be happy. Somewhere in Korea, Atlas is just waking up and is, you know, there's a disturbance in the force.
That's a very good... Why would he be waking up? It's like...
I don't know. There was a big match on last night. He was probably up watching it.
Yeah. And now it's like 1 o'clock there.
Well, it's about the time I normally wake up on an off day.
Fair enough.
I'm a lazy bugger. I don't think
about
Atlas
to
is that
say.
lazy. Right, Benji's trying to tell me on a normal day as well. That is not true. 12 o'clock at worst.
Call time's 10. Anyway, as we take a look around Summoners Rift, about 2,400 gold right now for TM. You can see Shock is getting very tanky. He's got that adaptive helm, which means that Triple probably can't kill him anymore, Fish. And he should just be able to clear out waves.
Gonna keep shoving in Triple here. Let's see if Team are trying to make a play towards the mid lane. And he's going to currently farm up some of the jungle. They push up a bit more aggressively. They spot out Blinky, but not Sybil.
Yeah, so potentially they can go in here.
So they jump on top of Sybil first.
Everyone's here.
Let's see if we go for the big fight. Shock with the taunt, gets 2. Cogmore locked down as well. Flushed
flash.
away from the ultimate of Only, but Low still chasing. Poison stacks are large, but there's a big flank from the Crocodile. T-Gun's got to be careful. He's a priority target as the Janna, but they keep Low alive. Good taunt from Shock. Only is very low, but the Galio ultimate's very close by. Low gets smacked by all the orbs and will get taken down. And AV are turning around the fight. Skarl is here, and Kled is coming to the fight himself. Blinky will get charged upon. Low health bars of AV. Shock's getting into the back lines. Taunts up the support. T-Gun's still throwing tornadoes around, and TM are taking back the fight. He gets back on Skarl. The cowardly lizard finds some strength to get back in, and now Triple's the last man standing for AV.
Yeah, what a team fight coming out of both teams. In the end, it is a 4-for-2, and TM Gaming do come out ahead because Praedyth is absolutely huge. I mean, unfortunately for Low, he just got outplayed there. Triple ulted him and he died. But apart from that, everything was actually set up pretty well by TM this time around.
And now they're 3,000 gold up. They're looking quite well in this match so far. Swapping over for the Kled top lane has done wonders for them.
Yeah, let's take another look at this because it starts off perfectly because they interrupt the flag and drag. You can see Sybil wants in, gets interrupted by the Justice Punch, and now Low is just absolutely unloading. Sybil did have a good flash to get away from that cast, and because of the teleport, Series is here much earlier, but you can see how good this team is appealing. Shock's able to get a multiple man taunt. He does jump back out, and I think he should have saved that one because, as you can see, the skill move comes out. Ultimate into stun into another orb, and he dies. Praedyth, however, relatively fed. No one has any cooldowns left available for the top laner. And with the help of T-Gun, you know, a couple of nice clutch shields coming in here. Able to get back onto Skarl, as you so aptly pointed out, Fish, and clean up the back end of the team fight.
I really like T-Gun's positioning there as well, but they're
Good
going for
cast.
another fight. Uppercut comes in. Taunt as well. 4 members of TM will collapse on Sybil and they get a pick against AV.
How did T-Gun get that?
Oh, Rapid Smite keeps him alive. They're
Very
still
nicely
chasing him
done.
down. He flashes over, does the dozy-do. Now
Oh!
Alo's going to unload. Dominus pop by Series. Good uppercut. Tornado being thrown out by T. Going to give everyone the Ardent Sensor procs. Shock gets that kill, and AV are being annihilated by TM.
They certainly are, and all of a sudden this comp is starting to look very good. Low is able to free hit as soon as the cooldowns are burnt from the Avant lineup, and unfortunately for Triple, he's only one man. Sure, he's up 30 CS, he's still performing very well, but as soon as he uses that ultimate fish, the Twitch is just coming out of stealth and lining up the team.
Certainly is, and he's not that far behind. In fact, even in CS with Blinky.
He's up. He's got 3 assists, as well as the fact that he took the first turret.
Now he's going for a triple here. Shield's been used. Ardent Sensor proc comes out. Good crit. One more crit. Get another one low. Can't get the second crit. Low's in trouble. Whoa, that's a massive shield. And suddenly Blinky's forced to flash away from only. No ultimate available. No mana left for the Gragas. And TM, they tried for the pick. Don't get it, but they get a couple of summoners.
Yeah, they need to talk out these shields a little bit better, however, Fish. Because he used barrier and got the shield from Janna at the same time and was nearly at full health again.
Just getting high feast one, you know?
They are. They're getting
Press
very
all
high.
your buttons. It's
This
like
is
when
what
you
I
walk
like
the same
about
bush.
Ardent Sensor. He's full health because of Ardent Sensor. I don't think an item should give on-hit lifesteal. That's just my opinion.
Well, Night Spell's been picked up by Only as well, so that's a lot of protection for the Twitch. Great is looking to try and solo out on Ocean Dragon. I really, as I was saying in the last fight before he was interrupted, I really like T-Gun's positioning. A lot of times in these team comps, Janna becomes a priority target because she is so squishy.
Well, that's why I'm wondering where all the Zed and Talon players are, and not to kill the AD carry, but to just kill the damn Janna and the Lulu. Because that's how you used to beat these comps, Fish. Just take away the supports.
Make it a 4-on-5.
Yeah.
Done your job. Series must be nowhere near this Lizard at the moment. He only has components.
Here comes Only as well.
So he's going to try and dice away. Gets hit, charged on as well, slowed down. Dominus does get popped. Praetor is taking up the turret, and the knockback away from turret 2 helps out. Series should die here. They're trying their best, and they will get the kill.
Yeah, very well played again. However, top lane.
Spray and pray, Low. Keep going. Has to flash away. Gets a big heal from T-Gun, and Blinky and Jake say you still just can't fight this one. Cataclysm, crazy arena. No, T-Gun. You might have just killed Low. You've knocked him further back.
Here we go.
Galio's coming. Here comes the hero they need. Taunt comes down. Blinky still wants to fight, but you need to start running because the Twitch has gone invisible again.
And bottom lane.
Ah, Harold's come for a nice play here. That's
Yeah,
going to
exactly
be 2
right.
turrets taken down and an inhibitor next.
Certainly is, and all of a sudden TM just have control of the whole map, Fish. They haven't taken a turret anywhere, and they're in the base in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Harold gets a nice final cheeky charge. He won't get a dance off today, because he does get taken down by Triple. TM will take more turrets. Coach Cyclone tweets in, you thought Twitch was our hyper carry. Joke's on you, Avant Gaming. It's Skull. I never thought I would see that, but it has been the case so
It
far.
certainly has been the case.
Protect
7,
the
1,
Praetor.
and 3.
Oof.
As he grabs himself what should be next, the Gargoyle Stone Plate, he is going to be absolutely obnoxious to deal with. He's 2,700 gold up, Fish.
I'm pretty sure he's a GA Carl. Scar.
Is he?
I think Praetor will go towards a GA. No, he's not. He's already got the null magic mantle, so I've been proven wrong.
You hate to see it, Fish.
By 1 component.
Wrong twice in one day. It's been a bad day for you.
It's just life for the player. They caster really never get anything right. I'm just the dumb guy.
No, you're not. You are much more intelligent.
Well, Shock's going to pick up blue buff here. Who knows? Praetor might want it for cooldown reduction. But TM, 7,000 gold up almost.
Yep.
Very strong. Affinity Edge picked up by Low.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying. When you're ahead of the cheap build as a crit user, that's a very good feeling to have, Fish. As we can see, unfortunately this game, they don't scratch the Galio in the mid lane, so they can't really abuse the same power point. Once again, he's just missing cannon creeps left, right, and center, which is giving me anxiety. However, 50 CS down, he's still going to be very useful as this game progresses.
Red buff picked up by Low as well, so TM have an opportunity to try and pick a fight now.
Open inhibitor bottom lane is a big deal, Fish, just because of how hard they are winning the split push already. It means if Praetor ever solo kills Series again, they might be able to just crack open the Nexus.
I know we've questioned Series' performance quite a bit this split, but this doesn't feel like it's necessarily his fault. Both teams just wanted to brawl topside of the map for the entire game.
I mean, yeah, whoever called the dive first time around is probably really to blame, because that is what put them so far behind.
High risk, high reward.
I miss Korean Twitch. I wish we had the Korean Twitch.
Do they just run into your face?
Oh, the VO.
Oh, knockback comes out here and they go for a big fight underneath the turret. Series the first target, not very tanky. Cataclysm gets dropped, only survives through the redemption and heals from Jana. Tegan though, tanking up this turret, a lot of damage dished out to him. Both teams want to disengage. TM are backing off, but Low is
here
healthy.
we go.
Jumps on top of Jay. You just saw him go invisible. Why would you run towards him?
And it's just the fact that they've got that half an item extra right now, Fish, that means that they can continue these little fights. Triple is out of mana. It might be potentially Baron if they want to go towards it. They've got Shock as well as only to be able to take that one up. TP is available out of Praetor as well.
They've got good control wards for this as well. Shields being put down on towards Low. Finally calculating.
TP coming.
Finally throwing out the teleport to see if they can interrupt this. Does he go towards it? Nope. Series will back off.
Yeah, and that's actually really well played because they didn't use Praetor's teleport at the start. So now they've got 2 teleport advantages, Fish, as well as cracking open that mid lane. Big wave top. So there is no way. Oh,
they're casting the Sybil. He does get taunted up. Was able to flag a drag out. And so it does delay their recoils. They will be able to get back out in time. AV to pick up a turret for themselves. Big wave stacking bottom. And top lane outer turret is fairly low.
Yeah, so AV do pull themselves slightly back into the game. 6,000 gold. Triple looking towards what looks to potentially be that Void Staff as well. That would be a big power spike for him. You can see that Blinky's got 2 items, working on his third. Maybe going to be the Ginsu's one more time. And Twitch has just walked onto Series. That's dangerous.
Just says hello. Series doesn't want that fight anyway. He's still on a single item. Tiamat picked up, should be trying to pick up his Titanic Hydra. Let's see if he just decides to go for pure resistances now.
Yeah, I think that he should.
Very far behind.
I think that he should go towards his stone plate. You know, with Dominus, no, he doesn't. He's going to stick with the arm guard. So with Dominus, you get a lot of bonus health. I mean, Dominus plus stone plate is going to make you a fairly tanky dude, Fish. And they need someone to be able to frontline Low at the moment.
Well, TM moved towards the Baron buff again with Twitch hitting this one down. No vision coming out from
They
AV
don't do
yet.
it very quick, however.
Now only just spotted out, so they might be able to finish this.
Yeah, they certainly should be able to. They don't do it the slowest either.
Sybil wants to come in, they turn, so TM will peel off the Baron. Redemption comes out to keep TM healthy, knocks them sideways, but not back into the squad itself. Here comes Skull, charging the back lines on top of Jake. Tiga does get taken out by Triple. Good snipe from the AV mid lane. Series now wants in on this fight. Blinky is low, rat-a-tat-tat from Low, trying to take them all down. He gets one. Sybil is very low as well. He might fall soon. Shock wants it. Low still trying to get into the back lines, but can't access it that well. They trade 1 for 1.
Yeah, the problem is the Cataclysm split off Low from being able to hit anyone in that fight, Fish, and it just looked like his damage stalled out for a little bit too long. AV able to turn that one around. It looks like they will get the Constellation Ocean Drake, but not the Baron that they've been looking for, so the game's still stalling out, and actually the gold's swinging back into AV's favor. Now they're only about 5. Nah, they're back up to about 6,000 gold down.
It's still TM's game to win here. AV are putting up good fights.
Yep.
And making sure they're not biting off more than they can chew. Knights of Owl is complete for Sybil as well, so Blinky will have that added protection. But Triple has been playing well again. He's 70 CS up. He sniped out T-Gun in that team fight. So T-Gun does get locked down here.
You can see what the game plan is. I mean, focus T-Gun should be the main priority, Fish.
Yep.
Because he is the person that is keeping Low so incredibly healthy. He's so disruptive as well. Gargoyle Stoneplate is the pickup right now, which means that Praetor is nigh impossible to kill. I mean, they can start up this Baron for as long as they want. Triple front line.
Series has no teleport as well, but that's a good ward placed out by AV.
I mean, I think they should just start it, Fish. Do they even take any health?
This is giving Series a lot of time to move up towards top side of the map. Low does go invisible and wants to scout out, but AV playing the patient game.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a sloppy play from AV. No sweepers available, obviously, although now they've found Series.
Yeah, a bit of damage, doesn't get too much. Still very scary to try and unload right next to that Renekton.
So bottom lane turret should die here.
Team ping up Baron again. Only in trouble.
Yeah. Don't really want to focus him at all, however.
Now they've started Baron, they do have pink ward vision control. Down to about half health. Everyone is here. Bottom lane turret finally falls. They scry it out. Sybil wants to jump in. He's already flagged and dragged into the fight. Scar will charge in, but it's a very short charge at that. Lowe's on top of Blinky, gets good damage down, but he's stun locked by Series. Shields will come through to keep him alive. Series is the first target for this Twitch. One more auto is enough. Can't get in range, but does get knocked back onto the blast cone. And will be taken down. Triple, meanwhile, trying to snipe out T-Gun. He puts a shield on himself and flashes away.
Yep. So we can see that now with the ultimate down, TM are confident enough to go back towards this Baron. Sybil really engages onto Only. They're looking to kill the jungle.
Good damage on the Only. He will heal up from his passive slightly. Praetor is still on this Baron. Jake is stepping very far forward. T-Gun trying to create some space. Sybil wants to jump in. Shock wants the taunt. Good body bop. They lock down the jungle. He's dead. And they still have aggro of Baron. That does not reset. And TM get a Baron buff.
Very nicely played, actually, from TM Gaming. They keep Praetor on there because he is the most safe. Obviously, the dismount means that he can get his health back very easily if he re-enters a team fight. And you can see that with how far ahead Low is, as soon as he unloaded onto Blinky, everyone had to try and shut him down, and then he was just able to get the shields and the ultimate out. Didn't even have to burn Flash Fish.
Big plays coming out from TM so far. Moving AV around the map the way they want to. 7,000 gold up as well, looking to push for this open inhibitor in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Gargoyle Stoneplate, about to come back off cooldown. Looks like a second one will be picked up for Shock. So that means the front line is going to be even bigger for TM Gaming right now. Shock's had a much better game too. 2-0-9.
He looks good on the Gargoyle. Mr. Galio. Triple's still having a good game though. He is 2-0-0, 80 CS up, but it's just not enough at the moment.
Get there.
So Rageblade was complete by the Cogmore Redemption, picked up by Jake as well. But Mikhail's is picked up by Tiga. That's going to help out Low tremendously.
No one's really here with these two. However, got it.
Turns around, tries to pummel Jake. There goes the charge. Wild Growth thrown out as well, but they're just diving into back lines. They've already taken down Sybil, and Low's able to free hit this inhibitor turret. They dived the Nexus.
Yeah, and that was so interesting because what happened there is because it was only Praetor, they thought Low wasn't with him. Now going to continue the fight.
Yeah, Series is dead. Low picks up that kill. No Dominus available for Series because he was stun locked for that long. He's still in submarine mode, looking to try and collapse on towards Blinky or Triple. They're guessing where he is. Pops out, takes it down, almost! Triple throws out the ultimate. Low still lives, gets a redemption and a shield. Blinky wants to turn around, nails Shock. He'll get taken down. Low has to be careful. A stray ultimate from the Cogmore would kill him. Triple Low gets locked down. Nexus turrets are getting taken down. Do it for Brad TM. Bring this one to game number 3, and they shall to try and pick up their first victory in the OPL.
I mean, what a fun game. From botched turret dives, top lanes on both sides, we had a 7-1-6 Praetor running around on Kled at one point, and then the Twitch just took over. Was able to get towards the 3 items, able to torch them in those team fights. And so many times it was off Praetor's split push pressure. Praetor goes into a lane, Twitch follows him, they kind of slow play it, but Low was just so fed that he was able to come out of stealth, survive, and then get the second round of shield.
I mean, as much as this is a good thing for TM, they get a single point. No matter what the outcome is today, they still stay last place on the ladder.
Yep.
They're just fighting for pride, for dignity, and hopefully form going into Promorello.
Also, they're kind of fighting at the same time for whoever runs into AV in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Because AV does not want to go into the gauntlet off a loss against the last place team. And you know, be it Chiefs or Sin, I think they're the only 2 people that can finish 4th at the moment. AV wants some form going into that game.
And with that performance, I mean, AV, you can't drop games to TM if you want to try and make a good gauntlet run. And no matter who you're playing against, if you're dropping games to TM, you're going to drop games to the top 4 teams.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, that game was very, very sloppy from both teams. But it looked like TM kept their composure a little bit more. I mean, we saw some failed turret dives, but we also saw TM roll the dice and go again. I mean, they brought Shock in from the mid lane, and they were eventually able to capitalize on just how weak Series was.
Yeah, Praetor definitely got the 4x tilt-proof honor in that match. But for now, let's send it back to the analyst desk to break down that game.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. At TGunAU, if you want to send him some smiles, because
that cheeky smile
I was going to cry. He looked very emotional after that win. Good on him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could just see on his face how happy he was to finally pull out a win.
Look, I don't want to be that guy, But let's not get too excited for T-Gun yet. It's 1-1. He's been here before.
Yep.
And it's not been a favourable result for him.
When was the last time he was here, though?
Regicide?
Was it Regicide?
Regicide.
Yeah,
No,
Regicide.
they've been 1-1 against Legacy, Sin.
Yeah, but that was like, those were really early in the
they were a
season.
long
So
time
it's
ago.
been- yeah, it has been a while.
So, T-Gun's TM. I probably shouldn't call them that. I mean, they are.
I mean, he is the
Well,
I
yeah.
want to say he's the face of TM,
Yeah.
like
So
the goon.
I guess like to start off with this game is
Yeah.
like I think everyone laned well. They gave themselves from 1 to 5 minutes. They gave themselves like a chance to win the game. Which in some games, more often than not, you find them to be falling behind pretty far in CS.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
and
the early game.
yeah, well, I guess I'll start with the early game. I think the early game for Sibor was a disaster.
Yeah.
And you can see from this replay here, I don't know what they were thinking because they knew only started bottom side. So if you put 2 and 2 together, he's probably going to end up top side of the map like this, and they just completely botched the dive. Praedyth plays it. I wouldn't even say he played it well. He just played it like Kled, right? Like, and the dive just didn't work out. I don't know how else to explain that.
Yeah.
It just was not a good play.
Diving at Kled is never like easy because you can
Because you
remount.
can't judge the remount.
No,
You
like
can. It's
okay.
but like the biggest thing that I don't like about the play is Sipple shows himself. I think 10 seconds before the dive even happened, so only was given like all the time in the world to see.
make his
Okay,
way.
yeah, there's a count. Like I'm gonna run top, and he was still late. And yeah, like it was actually a disaster on all. I don't know.
And
like,
for some clarification for that point, like why I'm emphasizing that early game path,
Yeah.
is because that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the game. I mean, only did a similar botch
did.
dive and gave double buffs, but the damage was already done. Kled was well on the way to like snowballing that game, and I think Praedyth actually did a really good job in abusing his lead, and also pushing his gold lead around the map.
yeah, I mean, he drew Jarvan top for so long, and Renekton has a good early game into Kled, but then Kled just outscales, and that was really shown just going forward, really. And I thought Praedyth played really well in that champion.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about Triple in the first game and also pre-game doing a lot of damage and kind of carrying AV previously. What about his counterpart Shock? What do you think of his play in mid lane?
Shock had a much better game.
Shout out Shock, boys.
Yeah,
Shout out Shock.
Like he did his role really well. Like he fell down in CS, but that's expected in the matchup. This is the first team fight of the game. You can see it's a good opening up from low. Shock gets in there, does his job, huge shield. Agragas ult forces the flash out of Jarvan. They all start to pull out, and you can see there's no teleport on Kled, but Ceres has come in. Shock does a brilliant job, just doing his job so well this game. And Low is auto-attacking. Everyone's doing their part. A nice play from Triple to get a good stun, but here comes the Fed Kled. Instantly cleans up Ceres, and it was actually quite unfortunate that they weren't able to kill him before he remounted here.
Shock again.
Again, Shock in the back line, zoning 2 people. Kled able to remount, and that was a 4-for-1.
Yeah, 4 for 2, I think it was.
4 for 2.
Yeah.
And it was just like everyone did their job really well, especially Shock. And I mean, the Galio really.
I would say if Shock has any other champions, like to the proficiency of which he plays Galio, put him on it.
Yeah.
I don't think he looks as comfortable on Karma as he does Galio. Like he actually knows his role in team fights on Galio.
Well, he's been practicing it a bit, I would assume, because he's been playing it for a couple of weeks now.
A couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
And his first couple of weeks weren't too good.
No.
But you can definitely see, like, I mean, I think I said over, like, he was improving on stage as he kept playing his champion.
Like,
and like, we saw today how he's reached his final form potentially.
Yeah. And we just spoke about the first team fight of the game. I want to talk about TM's confidence around the Baron pit.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah.
It was
Like for a team that's in relegations, the way that they, I guess, stayed composed around this Baron, I wouldn't say it's the cleanest Baron by any means, don't get me wrong. But you can see here, Only's probably a bit too far out, took too much free damage. But Praedyth keeps Baron aggro. That's the important thing here. He didn't let the Baron regen, and the confidence to stay on the Baron and then turn for a team that's, I guess, not doing too well. They're not doing too well during the regular split. This is like a really good, really good signs for them leading into relegations, and I guess even the third game into this series is they juggled the Baron aggro well. They turned off it when they needed to. It didn't look like they were on the same page, but nevertheless, like they got the job done.
It was really like it was nice to see like TM finally pull off a coordinated play. Like I was saying in the first game, how they made a good proactive play to get first blood, and it was good to see how they kept Baron aggroed and they did a nice do-si-do, kept going in and out, and then eventually took out Sybil and secured the Baron, and that was probably the reason why they won this game.
Whew. All right, well, people are doing it for Brad all over Twitter. Hashtag IMOPL.
Do it for Brad.
Yeah, at TGunAU if you want to let him know your smiles. And let's talk about this draft before we get into your Twitter questions as well. Going into Game 3, you know, you got to ban Galio. How do you feel if you're
you
AV?
have to.
I think
AV's smart enough to see that.
Yeah.
I think the Galio just neutralizes anything. Like, there is a few champions you can play into Galio. I'm not willing to comment on that. But yeah,
Secret's
ooh,
pretty
look at the
gauntlet.
damage there. There's Low. Low popped off this
Low
game.
popping off. It's
This
been a
is
couple weeks, but he's finally done it.
Mate, when Low auto attacks, he's great.
This is a better game from Blinky, I will say. Like, I guess overall the damage was not enough to win them team fights, but Blinky is definitely up there with the damage, especially when they're playing a Cogmore Lulu comp, so that's very good. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Renekton's damage, obviously, but he did not have the best lane. I don't actually necessarily think it was Renekton's fault.
Yes, I agree.
He got inted by the jungler. But yeah, the damage stats here, promising for TM, and
So-
I guess promising for AV if you're Blinky.
So AV have been banning Blitzcrank and Maokai in their first lot of bans, right?
Yep.
So do you think they go Blitzcrank, Maokai, Galio
Galio,
now?
Yeah.
But
They-
that
they
leaves
can be
open,
flexible.
leaves open Rakan they've banned before. It leaves open Kane they've left. I mean, well,
That's
only on
the
Kane,
problem
you know.
with these Targon Shield start bot lanes is
Relic
Targon
Shield.
Relic Shield.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Relic bot lane starts even if you're not going Relic, it's the problem with the supports that don't take pots either because a lot of them are starting
Yeah.
like Fairy Charm.
Yeah.
If you get a champion like Blitzcrank, Thresh, Rakan, anything that can force in lane and
Yeah.
damage you, like you're probably gonna fall down 30 CS, and if you're lucky, you won't die. And so
There he is.
yeah, matchup. Look at the matchup. Blinky and Low. Damage Delta champions was Low had less gold.
I think they both played really well. I think Blinky and Jakey played this lane.
Less percentage. Whoops.
I think they showed improvement from the first. Their trading in lane was really nice, but Low did a really nice job of like just playing back and scaling, and eventually being in a position where his team could facilitate him. And Shock, I think, was the standout player on their team that really allowed Low to put out so much damage this game.
So then, moving forward, what do you want to see from TM then? If they're gonna, if AV are gonna ban that Galio, first pick Zillion.
One negative thing I will say actually about TM is I don't think they know that bot lane matchup too well. There's been a few times that's kind of not scared me, but a few times that I've been like, oh, where they've taken trades with Twitch Janna into Cog Lulu and they've come off like worse, way worse, and they've nearly died. And they've done that in Game 1 and Game 2. So I would like to see them, I don't know, if it's a familiarity thing, I'm not sure, but they need to definitely like stop trading their health bars as a resource. Like, just don't trade your health bar. You're playing
You
scaling.
can definitely see that in some
Yeah.
of the trading. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, what should they do? Get Galio. That's
Yep.
probably ideal.
But if it's banned out,
if
what do you
it's
go to?
banned, it's really hard because Galio is kind of like is a unique champion. You can play him mid, you can put him top, but it will definitely be banned out, and we'll probably see Shock go on to. I guess Karma again. Like, yeah, I think he'll go. I think he'll go Karma again. He's not going to go on to Orianna.
He's really known for he's really known for his Zillion in solo queue.
Yeah.
And like if you're gonna play a Twitch comp, it's not the most conventional. It probably isn't. It definitely isn't the best champion to pick right now. But like just go with your comfort pick. I think in a game like this, in a game 3, go comfort pick. If you're gonna play those scaling bot lanes, a Zillion is gonna complement that team comp.
Why doesn't Zillion work well with Twitch? You Zillion
does-
ult him,
it- like,
he
it-
goes
in-
in, dies, comes back,
Like
dies
in
again.
theory, it works well with Twitch.
Yeah.
But like the champion Zillion is abusable, exploitable,
Yeah.
and not that good of a champion at the moment.
Right.
But if your proficiency on it is like at a good level, then I guess you can pull it off. It
Yeah.
still won't be a high impact Syndra. It won't be a high impact Lucian like we saw from Game 1.
Yeah.
But it'll probably do its job.
My issue with Zillion is it's just going to give Triple way too much room. Galio that game, you can give Triple room because you're a tank. Like you can, that's what Galio does. Just lets you farm, doesn't really care like what you do, but like he will be really efficient in the next team fight. But I don't think I think Karma is like, you just really just want to nullify Triple. Don't give Triple a chance to carry AV.
Focus
And,
Triple.
I think Karma is probably the best go-to champion.
Yeah, I would also like to see Praedyth be on another carry-esque champion.
Kled. You want to see him on Kled again?
Yeah, give him Kled.
I think
don't care.
give him Kled. I mean,
I just want to see Scar just come in and just, it's great.
I don't think AV knew how to play against Kled too well, so they may ban that one out as well.
From a viewer's perspective, I was having so much fun watching Kled.
Mate.
How fun was it? We
So
were yelling.
good.
We were like, Kled's going to remount. Kled's going to remount. And he just remounts. It's actually insane to watch Kled.
Yep, I'm a Kled
That's a
fan.
fun
Right, let's get some tweets in here. Hashtag I am OPL. We asked you to let us know what NPCs you'd add to the game if you had a chance. Hispanicato has, Hispanic ATD has written in saying an NPC that spawns after you kill Rift Herald, reminding you to pick up the eye.
I hope he's not watching.
I hope he's not flaming Spooks.
I really hope. I just broke my pen.
Is he flaming Spooks?
Wow.
He is flaming Spooks.
He's flaming Spooks.
Yeah.
Spooks being called out.
You know what? Spooks is probably not the only one.
No, let me tell you something about Spooks. Single-handedly the worst Rift Herald user in the OPL.
Sure.
And I'm sure he would agree. He's had it cancelled. One time he hasn't picked it up. I'm sure he's done other things.
And one time he froze the wave on his mid laner.
And the only other time, that too. And the only other time that I've seen a bad Rift Herald usage was KT. KT didn't pick it up.
Who picks up the Rift Herald on Sin? Is it you?
Who's got the brains? I actually got cancelled once.
IQ
I did get
Rift
cancelled
Herald
once.
usage.
I got cancelled once, but the other time I did get an inhib tower.
Oh my god, you did get cancelled once. I do remember that. You tried doing it up next to the tower.
All right, let's get the next tweet up. Hashtag I am OPL. How about an NPC that pickpockets gold if you're too far ahead pre-15 minutes? That's from Wine of the Bean.
I don't like that one because it's
a bit blue shelly.
It pretty much just says like, if you're good, I'm making you bad. There's no point getting a lead at 15 minutes. Like if you're gonna, it depends on the pickpocket, obviously, how much. But like, I just feel like I've worked hard for my gold. If I've got a gold lead, that's because I worked hard. You can't just. I'm not paying tax on the Rift, dude. I don't need to pay taxes to get into the river.
Jube's bringing his libertarian views to the Rift.
We're playing League of Legends to escape reality.
Yeah.
All right, do tweet at us. Let us know what NPC you would add to the game and what it would do. Hashtag IMOPL. Let us know via Twitch chat. But for now, it is time for us to get into game 3 of this series. TM taking on AV. We'll just get some highlights from game number 2.
Gone, stunned up, flashes over, they follow through, Series is dead, Sybil's gonna follow as well, disaster strikes for AV, Low gets smacked by all the orbs and will get taken down, and AV are turning around the fight. Skarl is here and Kled is coming to the fight himself. Blinky will get charged upon, low health bars of AV, Shock's getting into the back lines, taunts up the support, Tiga's still throwing tornadoes around, and TM are taking back the fight, he gets back on Skarl, the cowardly lizard finds some strength to get back in, and now Triple's the last man standing for AV. A tornado being thrown out by Tiga to give everyone the Ardent Sensor procs. Shock gets that kill, and AV are being annihilated by TM. Cataclysm, crazy arena. No, Tiga, you might have just killed Low. You've knocked him further back.
Here we
Galio's coming. Here comes the hero they need. Taunt comes down. Blinky still wants to fight. Here comes Skarl, charged in the back lines on top of Jake. Tiga does get taken out by Triple. Good snipe from the AV mid lane. Series now wants in on this fight. Blinky is low. Rat-a-tat-tat from Low, trying to take them all down. He gets one. Nexus turrets are getting taken down. Do it for Brad TM. Bring this one to game number 3, and they shall, to try and pick up their first victory in the OPL.